President Biden on Tuesday said the U.S. will make a new push for a ceasefire in Gaza in the coming days after Israel and Hezbollah agreed to pause their fighting in and around the border with Lebanon. Biden said the agreement to end the fighting across the Israeli Lebanon border is set to start at 4 a.m. on Wednesday local time. In announcing that both sides had agreed to a ceasefire, Biden from the White House said the U.S. will continue to push for a similar deal to end fighting in Gaza between Israel and Hamas. Over the coming days, the United States will make another push with Turkey, Egypt, Qatar, Israel, and others to achieve a ceasefire in Gaza so hostages will be released and the other war without Hamas in power that becomes possible. Biden said in remarks at the White House. He added that he is praying for a deal between Israel and Hamas. Biden has 2 months left in the White House for President-elect Trump's upcoming inauguration. Just as the Lebanese people deserve a future of security and prosperity, so do the people of Gaza. They too deserve an end to the fighting and displacement. The people of Gaza have been through hell. Their world's absolutely shattered, Biden said. Far too many civilians in Gaza have suffered far too much, and Hamas has refused for months and months to negotiate a good faith ceasefire and a hostage deal. The president said that the ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah, who have been fighting for nearly 2 months, reminds us the peace is possible, and that it brings us closer to what he has been pushing for in the Middle East, which is peace across borders and a two-state solution between Israel and Palestine. Israel has conducted several strikes inside Lebanon, including in and around its densely populated capital, Beirut. It took out several Hezbollah leaders in the process. The terms of the deal include a 60-day truce where Israel will gradually withdraw its forces from southern Lebanon and Hezbollah would withdraw its troops north of the Litani River in Lebanon. So, I don't think he's actually going to do anything. If you've monitored, or I guess just been someone that's watched this conflict over the past year, a lot of people who wanted a ceasefire between Israel and Palestine thought that Biden was too pro-Israel because he wouldn't, affirmatively push for a blocking of American aid to Israel, just an actual stopping of financial resources. And he can make all the commitments he wants, but there's two things here. There's two important parts. We don't have to go for that long on this. The United States will make another push with these different countries to achieve a ceasefire and end the war without him. But what does that entail? Or what new thing are you going to do to cause that to happen? And the answer is nothing. And the other part of this is that as a lame duck president, this is not the same with everybody, but it's like this. If you already were not seen as effective on this issue in the way that a lot of people, that really a good chunk of people would have liked you to have been, the voters wanted you to be more pro-Palestine, at least, you're the base of your party, and then a lot of the conservatives thought you were already too extremist for the, just too anti-Israel government anyway. There's no way in hell you're going to convince foreign officials, oh yeah, let's try to achieve something with the president who is being replaced by someone of the opposite party who is known to rip up agreements made by the Democrat that preceded him. Let's not forget, Obama did the Iran nuclear deal, or I guess the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action with Iran, and then less than 3 years later, Trump ripped it up. No foreign officials should take anything the U.S. says seriously when it knows that give it a few years, because we have this little stupid coin toss between the two parties taking the White House. The opposing party, usually the Republicans, is going to destroy whatever the Democrats had planned. So what's going to end up happening, especially, you got to remember, Trump is extremely pro-Israel, so it's he has even less incentive to honor anything in the Middle East that is remotely antagonistic to what Netanyahu or any of his cronies want. So you're going to see 2 months of when it comes to this conflict, powerless old man giving a bunch of speeches and different remarks about, we're trying to achieve something. We're working hard, but they're not. He's not doing anything. He knows he's got 60 something days left of his crappy term, and then he can go and sit in his rocking chair in Delaware and pretend that he actually cared about anyone but himself. Uh, it's going to be real fun watching them ignore him for the next 2 months.